You can't do everything. You can't be everything. You can't be everywhere and everything all at once. Catch the reference.
Lisa Patz.
Let me give it tonight. You got that good.
This is just one of those moments where life has been life in, and I just have to keep going. Otherwise, if I don't do anything, like I'm just not gonna do it. As you can see, I'm wearing this hat. My hair is expired under here, and I am gonna reveal it because I really want to go into this video and this like phase in my life. I feel called to be like really raw and honest, and like that's why like usually when I start a video, I'll be like, hey guys, it's your good sis Lisa Patz, and this is the like kind of like put on for the camera. And today I just want to be me and be who I am in that moment. If I feel like being like giggly and bubbly, then yeah, I will. If I feel like just being my casual, calm, chill self, then I will. I just want to create a safe space, not only for me, but for you guys watching this. So while I prep my skin, because we are going to get ready, going to an event tonight, it's going to be a like launch party of some kind. I actually don't know. I don't know what event I'm going to. Let's reveal what's under the hat. It's not that bad, but it's just, actually, to be honest, especially looking at it on camera, it's really not that bad. But where I'm like really over my hair, I don't want to deal with it anymore. So I'm just going to use this Black Seed toner from Sable Labs, and I actually got this from the Beauty Beat event. Oh my gosh, like one of the best events that I've ever gone to. I feel like I got so much out of it, along with like actual like products that are like, this is like £45. I was not gonna buy it. Do you know what I mean? But now I can try it and I can like see how I feel about it. It's been a really cool experience. I highly recommend the Beauty Beat event. It happens every year around October, I believe. For like my skin, I look a bit worse for wear, even though like I'm in a better like mental headspace and physical space. Like I feel like I look tired. It's a really fine mist, and it's for balancing, brightening, and resurfacing. I'm gonna be real, I really don't like the smell. It kind of smells like ass. It's fine because it makes my skin look so radiant. And then I'm gonna use my primer like immediately because I want to kind of seal some of the moisture in. And this is, oh my gosh, I forgot the name of it. The Power Grip Primer by e.l.f. So the main reason why I wanted to film this video today was because I feel like on YouTube I haven't been like as raw as I would like. I've had an experience recently which just kind of like reminded me and showing me like how important YouTube actually is to me and how much I want to create success on here for myself. Let's get the life update out of the way, then we get into the juicy topic of this video. So my life update is I'm still working as a graphic designer by day. My 9 to 5 is graphic design. We're in like a slow, calm phase right now, and it most likely is going to pick up again very soon. So I'm kind of like mentally preparing for that, because I'm going to be honest, I burnt out. Like crying in the middle of Greenwich, burnt out. I don't want to cry. Don't want to cry because I've cried so many tears about this, so I'm actually just, and also my nails. This is something that I could also cry about. I lost 2 nails. These are my real nails, guys. Like, this is Biab, my real nails, and I lost them. So sad. See how I found comedy to avoid from crying? Yeah, I'm at that point where like I even see like how I sabotage myself. It's wild. And it's not that like I don't respect crying. No, it's not that. It's just I genuinely don't want to cry right now. Like I'm not in the mood. And it also gives me a headache every time I cry. You're gonna see my ADHD popping out in this video. Say hello to her. I could just feel that like my brain is very much jumpy right now. So apologies if that's a lot, but I'm again just trying to be raw and real and honest and be me. So your girl burnt out. I was feeling like this intense amount of pressure from, I don't know where I'd say it's from, but I just felt pressure to be like perfect. Basically, I felt pressure to be able to do it all at once, like to gym and then to eat well and then to be at work on time and to do well at work and to make more money. And I felt a lot of pressure from every angle. It just felt like too much, and I just felt like I couldn't see the other side anymore. Like I just felt like I was so deep in all of these goals that I have and these visions of myself, along with like, you know, people passing away and things happening to people that are like bad, or like my car got crashed into, or like, you know, my mum's health, or this or that, and it was just like that's literally how I felt. Like every little thing would just piss me off, and I'm not someone who like, it's very rare for me to be in that emotion, so for me to be in that emotion so much, yeah, it was draining. I love drawing on my eyebrows. Like anyone else as well, I'll tell you, I ain't got no eyebrows, but I create them. Now, if there's one thing about me, I always think that I can talk and do my brows, but I can't. Yeah, so what was I even talking about? Oh yeah, my meltdown. Yeah, my burnout, my meltdown, whatever you want to call it. The girl basically just had enough on her plate. She had too much on her plate. She kept taking other things on. Combined with also a big theme of my burnout was people pleasing and feeling like I couldn't say no to anyone. I felt like I couldn't say no and potentially upset someone for something that would benefit me. I was just thinking about, okay, if I say no to this person, whether it's for work, or whether it's for like friends and like going out, or whether it's for like, you know, looking after my nieces and nephews, a lot of these things I would do anyway, but I felt like I couldn't say no. And I think that's where the burnout really started to build up. I knew the burnout was coming. I could feel it coming. Anybody who's burnt out before, you can feel when it's coming, and I tried to prevent it and it didn't work. It was like I was already falling down the hole. Do you know what I mean? Like no one could pull me up. I just had to fall down and hit the bottom. I basically ended up crying in the middle of GRANITE. I was with my boyfriend and he was saying to me like what is it that's actually going on? And I'm like, I can't even like put it into words. I can't even put it into words. It's just, everything is too much and I can't take it anymore. I'm just gonna go for this L'Oreal foundation, one of my favorite foundations ever. Hopefully there's enough in here. Oh no. Just spread that around. There was a lot of things that was in my control, but this was completely out of my control. And basically someone crashed into my car. When I first realized that it happened, it did happen at my house. So my car was parked right in front of my house. And therefore we got the whole thing on ring. And I've got my money back, so don't even worry about that. My sister was like, oh my god, your car. And I was like, oh, something happened to my car. Like, I don't know why I didn't automatically kind of go into something happened to my car, I was just like, oh, something happened to my car. They all ran outside. The girl tried to drive away, which was wild. Everybody runs out, I ran out, I see my car, and I don't tend to like react too quickly to anything. Like I like to just deep it and then figure out how I'm gonna react. Like in the moment I was a bit shaky, but I wasn't like screaming and shouting. But it wasn't until later when it like really sank in. I was like, oh my gosh, like I have to deal with this now. And I think that's also where the burnout came in, is because it was just like one extra thing that's now on my plate. When you're younger, you don't get told that like, and no one's gonna tell you this because it's kind of like you would think you would just realize, but I don't think you realize until like certain things happen to you. Like it's all your responsibility. Like no one else can do it for you. Like no one could have filed the claim for me. Like I had to file the claim. Why can't someone do this for me? I'm just a girl. Like I don't want to come on here and give you a life update and be like, yeah, you girls like going through it, and not tell you how I got out of it, because I'm completely out of it now. And I'm at a place now where I just feel really accepting of myself. It comes back to the topic of this video, which is what I really want to talk about, which is perfectionism. It can really motivate you and push you to be a better version of yourself. And 9 times out of 10, when you're striving for perfection, it actually stunts you, I believe, because I'm someone who, I wouldn't say I'm a perfectionist, but I watch perfectionists around me all the time. And so I got to a point where I was like, what if I try being a perfectionist and doing everything perfectly? It led to my burnout. When you strive for perfection in everything you do, sometimes you forget that you need to ask for help. And I'm speaking to myself here. Ask for help when you need it. People want to help you. Like everybody wants you to succeed. And if there's people that don't want you to succeed, they shouldn't be in your life. I feel like when you're striving for perfection, the realization that you can use the help around you is like non-existent. and you become a very like narcissistic thinker, and I'm not saying that you become a narcissist, I'm saying you become like, you use that narcissistic thinking because you think that you could do everything. You can't do everything. You can't be everything. You can't be everywhere and everything all at once. Catch the reference. The way that perfectionism was showing up in my life was through like heavy critique of others, and it was almost like the vanity of me saying, well, they didn't do it perfect, was how I was trying to create this like idea of perfectionism. Like I was watching other people and saying like, they could have done that better, they could have done this better, or if I did it, it would have been better, blah, 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 blah. But the reality is, I didn't do any of it. So how am I sitting here critiquing others and being like, they could have done better, blah, blah, blah? I didn't do any of it. I'm sitting here on my phone, watching them through the screen, critiquing them and saying, oh, it would have been perfect if they did this. No, it wouldn't. And you know why? Because you have no clue what you're talking about. And again, I'm speaking to myself, but if the shoe fits, the shoe fits. Like if you find yourself like hating on other people because you're like, I could do that better, the reality is you couldn't. It's not even, oh, when you try you will. No, you cannot do it better. You can just do it your way. Idea of like bettering others and being more perfect than others, like it can be really crippling because you get to a point where you just critique all the time, and not only other people, but you critique yourself all the time. It's constant. It's a constant critic. So this is going to be literally the only makeup that's on my forehead, what's in the middle of my eyebrows, and then I'm just gonna blend that like across the top of my brow. It makes like a sharp line, and it automatically looks like you have makeup like all over your forehead. Bearing in mind this, we're going to be wearing a hat. I'm just gonna see what that does. Like it just cuts the brow off. I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. I'm gonna blend out the middle there, blend that into the brows, keeping it in the middle of my forehead. I don't really want this on my nose or anything. I'm absolutely obsessed with it. Like this is definitely gonna have to be my favorites actually for this year, was all of the liquid blushes I've tried. This one is so good, honestly. She really put her foot in that, didn't she? Like, oh my gosh, I love it. Every time I use it, I just love it, especially with this hair colour. And that's another life update actually. We'll get back to perfectionism in a minute because I still have more to say, but another life update is this hair. Let me do a little story time. It was so annoying when it happened that it actually made me like dislike this hair, and now I love it. But this hair was initially supposed to be French curl braids, and if you don't know what French curl braids are, I'll make sure to put a picture. So it's supposed to have like these really beautiful like big bouncy curls at the end. So I bought the hair, I bought the French curl hair because you're supposed to buy specific hair to do French curl braids. This is actually my first time doing like a colour all over my whole head. I've done ombre in the past, I've done what's called a skunk stripe before, where it's just like one part of your hair is the one colour and then the rest is black. Like this might even become like my go-to hair colour because it literally suits me so much. I'm obsessed with it. I get so many compliments from random people. Ginger hair for the win. I'm really glad I got over my fear as well. Like the fear was quite irrational, to be completely honest with you. It's literally about hair colours. But I just felt quite strongly that I was like scared. And again, this is like another people pleasing thing. I mean, back into the perfection, I felt scared to like show people something different about me. Even though like I switch up my hairstyle all the time, like I do different hairstyles all the time, for some reason changing the colour was so scary to me. I was just scared to try new things and like present myself differently because I was worried about what people were saying. That's where the perfectionism and the people pleasing comes in, because I'm trying to make sure that everyone has like a good opinion of me basically and doesn't look at me and think she's doing too much. Why does it matter what people think? First of all, it doesn't. And that's on period. And second of all, it doesn't matter if it doesn't look good, because that was my other thing, is that, and this is the perfectionism part, I wanted to make sure that it looked really good. When it didn't come out how it's supposed to, when it didn't come out as French curl braid, it's not going to look like how I want it to look. Like if someone said, oh yeah, your hair looks nice, I'm like, yeah, but it's not French curl braid. Go shut up and take the compliment. Oh yeah guys, I finally got a Trigwell puff. I actually got this in like a beauty box or something. I really like this puff. Like I wish I had the smaller version because this big thing is like, it's a lot, but it is so good, like the puff itself. I'm just gonna go over my eyebrows with the powder. For one, so that it doesn't move when the hat touches my brows, and then for two, it helps like the texture of your skin look like it has makeup on it, but really it's just got powder. It's like a mini size of the one size translucent powder. And yeah, with that powder, I'm literally just patting it in, especially where I want my skin texture to look like it's got makeup on it. You know, you're wearing black and you just kind of forget that, oh yeah, like all this stuff isn't black that I'm putting on. Like my jumper is getting powdery. I'm using the MAC Studio Fix Plus powder foundation in NC47, and I'm just using that on like the perimeter of my face. I burnt out, and then I knew I was going on holiday in like maybe 2 weeks after I burnt out. So basically there's 2 weeks while I was burnt out, because I was burnt out for those 2 weeks. I just kind of went easy on myself, which I actually wouldn't advise because it makes it harder to get back into a routine. Like I didn't go gym, I didn't eat well, I ate what I wanted. I spent money that I didn't necessarily need to spend. And I wasn't sure if I was going to talk about this on my channel, but I think for a lot of people growing up now, and it's hard and it's confusing and everything, something that I have now given up, and I don't foresee myself going back to it because it really was like mentally damaging, to be honest. Is vaping. Your girl was vaping, yeah. And even like part of me is like always embarrassed to admit that I too vaped. Vaping is like popular, you know, it's something that a lot of people are doing. Not everyone, a lot of people are doing, and I kind of fell into that of just like, oh, everyone's doing it, so why not? Are we being the club? Everyone's vaping. I'm like, oh, I kind of want to get on that, especially at festivals. Oh my gosh, like, or at concerts, it's like vape city, vape central, and you just kind of feel like, oh, I kind of want to get in on that. Also, I really like smoking, so I just kind of looked at it as like another way to do that. But what started happening was I got headaches. I got the worst headaches of my life, migraines that I believe were induced by vaping. But also I felt this need. I felt the addiction create itself. And what finally got me to like quit it was realizing that it was doing nothing for me. Like I would sit there and I'd be like puffing, literally at home, like in my bed. And I was like, why am I doing this? And it took like a couple times for me to do that. And then I was like, LOL, yeah, I don't need this anymore. I was vaping every day for a solid couple months. Yeah, and my bank account saw it as well, which I didn't like. But sorry, I digress from getting our burnout. I just really wanted to touch on that because I do think that like vaping is such a thing nowadays. There's going to be a lot of people doing the same thing as me, which is doing it mindlessly, and there'll be a point where you do realize that this is just, it's just not necessary. It's just not necessary. It's doing nothing for me. What are we doing? Picking up our lungs. Yeah. I digress. Using a second blush now. The first blush I used was Peaches by Chem Beauty, which I love. And then my second blush, bearing in mind I'm going to be wearing a hat, I'm bringing it like all the way into my under eye. I feel like you guys can relate to this. I'm like feeling like you want to do something and then coming up with like 100 reasons why you shouldn't do that thing. Please tell me y'all relate. I feel like you do, because I know I can't be the only one that sits there doing this. And I don't know if it's like ADHD, I don't know if it's perfectionism, I don't know what it is. There's times when like things are going really well and like that voice in your head is actually like spurring you on and being like, yeah, you could do this, you could do that, And there's times when things aren't going well and that voice in your head's like, well, who are you to think that you could do that? Do you know what I mean? It's like, bro, like, why are you saying that to me in my head? Especially in those moments, like there'll be times when you look back, you're like, why did I listen to that voice? In the moment, it's hard to like separate yourself from that voice and separate from it. It's really hard. Yes. Back to how I got out of burnout. What I did was I went to Amsterdam. And before Amsterdam, I had kind of like gotten out of that really negative headspace. I was still burnt out, like I still felt physically tired and emotionally tired. I'd gotten out of that negative headspace because I just was really leaning into the people around me, to be honest, and spending more time with them and just really feeding those relationships around me. That was like a really good way for me to get out of that initial state. Then I went to Amsterdam, and Amsterdam is one of my favorite places. And I know probably a lot of you thinking like, that is part of Amsterdam, I'm not gonna lie to you. However, it's not what I love it for. Amsterdam is so peaceful. Like, you be on the bus and it's quiet. In this UK, that's not a thing. It's whimsical. Somebody said that London was whimsical. I think that Amsterdam is whimsical. It's so peaceful there, which is why I also couldn't move there, because I feel like I would lose that escape from reality experience of Amsterdam. I went to Amsterdam with my sister and we laughed and we cried and we spoke and we explored and we smoked and we had the best time, and we viewed art and we ate, and it was very healing for both of us. She was also burnt out, so I think with her being burnt out and me being burnt out, we both were on the same wavelength of like, let's get as much sleep as possible, but also do as much as possible. If you feel burnt out, and if you feel like, you know, you're trying to hold on to this idea of perfectionism, please go on holiday, please talk to your friends, please talk to your family. Honestly, you'll feel so much better. Guys, I started doing something new with my inner corner highlight I really want to show you guys. So basically what I've been doing is like bringing it on like my inner, not my inner corner, like my inner bridge, my nose bridge, and just bringing it up to where my highlight and contour meet, putting my like glitter highlighter there, and then spreading it to like my lower lash line and kind of creating this like shape there. I don't know if you can see this shape that I'm making. It's like less on the actual inner corner and more on this point where your nose contour and highlight meets. I don't know if you see what it does. I just feel like it makes my eyes go like way more than like when I put it on my under eye. So I can't wait to do this when I have like a full eyeshadow on. I think it's gonna look so good. It's just like a different way to have your inner corner, and I like that. All in all, I truly feel like perfectionism was really holding me back. I was trying to make things around me perfect and look perfect. I was trying to figure out like what perfection was for other people, and with content or with makeup or with hair, like how to make it perfect. Perfection does not exist. It's not real. It's all fake. And when you try so hard to make things perfect, you become a fake version of yourself. I feel now that I am in this next phase of accepting myself for who I am and being able to let go of that idea of perfection, the idea of like what is a YouTube channel supposed to look like? How are you supposed to run a YouTube channel? How are you supposed to post on TikTok? How are you supposed to get a promotion as a graphic designer? How are you supposed to be with your family? How are you supposed to look after your niece and nephew? How are you supposed to be the best girlfriend? How are you supposed to be a really good friend and host your friends? How are you supposed, like, girl, I don't have not one answer, and that's okay. So in the spirit of that, I have been thinking about my YouTube channel a lot, and I really love making YouTube videos. I love being on YouTube. It's my favorite platform and it always will be. I don't see that changing because I just have such a love for long form content, and I know that some of you guys do too. I was looking at my channel the other day because I did this thing called the YouTube playbook, but it was made by Erin On Demand, and she basically made a guide on how to start a YouTube channel. I'd started this not having any expectations at all. I just wanted to make videos and see if I liked it. That was like the first phase of my channel in the first year or two, and I was making a lot of vlogs. As my channel has evolved and I've started to feel more comfortable editing and more comfortable with YouTube and understanding like how does a thumbnail work, and I just feel like I have like such a deeper understanding now that I was looking at my channel and I was like, I don't know that I want to make this content anymore. So then I started to do more like sit down videos and advice videos and get ready with me's and hair tutorials. Got a lot closer to like where I was supposed to be on YouTube. Not in like a perfectionist kind of way, just like I truly believe that there's like somewhere that you're supposed to be and there's a reason why you do things. So I guess I felt closer to my reason. I've realized something about my YouTube channel. I want my YouTube channel to represent every part of me. I want people to be able to come on here and to know me and to see me raw and real, as I said at the beginning of this video, to see every part of me and what that looks like and how I bring it all together. I want to pivot my content. And I remember when Alyssa actually did this, from like makeup content to like gym content, and the girls were so angry about it. They were enraged that she thought that she could come out of beauty land. What I don't want for myself and what I learned from that situation is that people are going to try and put you in a box no matter what. So don't put yourself in a box. That's a bar. People are constantly going to tell you, oh, like, you should make this kind of content, you should make that kind of content, you should do your hair like this, you should do your makeup like this. Like, my friends be sending me content ideas all the time, and most of the time I'm like, oh, thanks, babe. Like, that's actually really nice that you thought of me when you saw this content. You thought, oh yeah, Lisa can make that happen. That is really sweet. But there's also times when it's like, that's not the direction I want to go in. And the only way that you can like show people that that's the direction you want to go in is by going in the direction that you want to go in. I'm pivoting my content on my channel. There will still be beauty content on here. There will still be hair content. But I also want to create design content, graphic design content, art direction content, photo shoots, creative lifestyle content, like what it's like being a creative in London. And this pivot, it's more of like an expansion, I guess, of me, and you seeing more of me and me being more open on this channel and being able to talk more about how my beauty and makeup passion leans into my creative career and how I'm able to bring them together and still create content even though I work a 9 to 5. Like, all of those topics come under that. If you don't like what I'm saying, I'm going to be so real with you. I don't care, and I don't think I ever will care more about your opinion than I do about mine, because my opinion is the one that matters the most. I am the one making the content. Quick that period. Currently on my YouTube channel, I'm on 300 and something subscribers. I think it was 308 last time I checked. And I just want to say how thankful I am to every single one of you that have subscribed, or if you stay to the end of this video. I'm so thankful, so grateful for you to be watching my journey. I really appreciate it, and I hope that one day when I look back and we look back at this video and I'm on, you know, however many more subscribers, I just still want to have this element of me here. I still want to feel that I am the one that's in control, and I still want to feel that I can change things and be supported when I do that. If you have a comment about something I said, please do comment in the comments and then we can talk about it. I'm really excited to start this new journey with you guys. We're starting the new year very soon. I'm filming this in 2024, but 2025 is literally around the corner. I'm so excited to be getting better. I'm so excited to bring this new, it's not even new, to bring myself to YouTube and to bring like my full personality. Like, I think you guys, we're gonna have a good time. Peace and love, and I'll see you guys in my next video.